listening to the AfterBuzz TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith Johnson.
The AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com, and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AfterBuzz TV's The Real Housewives of Miami After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV's Real Housewives of Miami After Show.
Hey guys, Bing is for doing, and we are here doing an AfterBuzz After Show for the Real Housewives of Miami Season 2, Episode 5, called Eager Beaver. I'm your host, Kristen Carney, and of course I have Molly Harper with me from the Real Housewives of New York City. Hey, Molly.
Hi, from the AfterBuzz show.
Yeah, the AfterBuzz show. She's not.
I'm not like on it.
She's the new Carol.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And we have 2 new additions because I know if anyone's listening, we had always had Yarmunger and Anna Koppel, but they're out. But that's okay. We're in with the new. You guys go ahead and introduce yourselves.
Hi guys, I'm Michelle Renee.
Hi there, I'm Jake DuPree.
And we are going to be starting from episode 5 of Real Housewives of Miami per the request of our listeners. So we know we're kind of jumping in the middle of the action, but that's okay. We really don't think that much has happened yet, so we're really not missing out on too much. And
Agreed.
We can kind of summarize it pretty quick, right?
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
There's a lot of hair and a lot of boobs.
And a lot of plastic surgery.
A lot of satin. A lot of
Yes.
satin.
Yeah.
Jewel tones.
A lot of grease looking.
Satin.
Yeah.
A lot of satin jewel tones.
Mhm.
That's very
Statues.
true.
Definitely.
Yeah. You know what the Housewives reminds or like feels like to me? Because we just did the whole thing of Real Housewives of New York. And what it feels like is like when you go out and you drink and you get really drunk and then you do really stupid things and then you wake up in the morning, you're like, oh my God, what did I do last night? I feel like the past 6 months of my life now watching Real Housewives of New York is now that. Like I look back on the past 6 months, I'm like, how many hours did I just put in to the Real Housewives? And now I'm choosing to. It's like when you drink and then you get hungover, you swear you'll never do it again. But I'm doing it again. It's
You
like
always
now
go
I'm back
back.
from Miami. So yeah. And this is like
It's
the Jaeger.
addictive.
This
You
is like the
can't-
Jaeger shot or
yeah.
something.
Yes.
Yeah. It is addictive. It's really fun to watch.
I feel like this is the Goldschlager of Real Housewives.
Yes.
It's just like a little bit too much, but you know you're going to
And
get
it's a
there.
little tacky.
Yes, a little bit.
Or a lot.
A lot.
But that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're really excited, but we're going to skip over, I think, maybe a lot of the 1 through 4 episode. But overall, what are your thoughts so far?
I would definitely say that I like the newer characters a lot better than I like the older ones.
Really?
And usually when they bring in new additions to any Housewives series, I have like a,
Yeah.
commitment to the older
Of
cast.
course.
But this season I'm really feeling the new girls.
Yeah.
So
I think they're feeling themselves.
yeah,
seem to be
I would
really
be too if I
comfortable.
looked like them. So
Yeah,
it's it's expected.
Well, I'm not going to talk about New York all the time, but they brought in a lot of new members for New York, and it took me a lot of weeks to like them. But they also seemed really uncomfortable at the beginning. It was
Yeah.
like the new kids in school, and I almost forgot that there was new cast members to the Miami crew because they seemed so comfortable right from the beginning.
And I think that the initial cast that they had for the first season, I just didn't think that they were memorable by any stretch of the imagination.
Right.
And I think they maybe could have overhauled the entire cast
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
started over completely new.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it feels pretty new. So we've got, of course, okay, so we're going to kind of go through all the ladies and just kind of like insult them, critique them, yet love
Let's do
them.
this.
So we have, who should I start with? Let's start with Leah.
Mm.
Leah looks,
HBIC.
yeah,
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 I'd say that.
What's
Yeah.
HBIC?
Head.
In charge.
yeah.
We're leaving out the
B.
B word.
Oh, okay.
Oh, we say it, girl.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Yeah, you can say
Go
it.
for it, Molly.
Head bitch in charge?
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
that's it.
I was like, what?
You're free. You're free.
I'm like, hibiscus? It's Miami? What's HBIC? So, Leah, basically her shtick is that she says really insulting things and then does this like laughing hyena thing.
She's
She's like, "Oh, you don't look very good today."
Just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, just kidding. You can't take a joke. It's horrendous.
Yeah.
I hate her.
Yeah.
Hate her
Like,
already.
you can't take an insult. She reminds me of Cruella de Vil.
Yes.
Yeah.
She looks like Glenn Close to me a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She really does.
Mhm.
And
Putting bunnies in boiling pots.
Yes.
Yeah.
she hasn't learned the valuable lesson in life that you choose the necklace or the earrings.
Right.
She wears gigantic like ornaments on her ears
Right.
and chunky necklaces.
Right,
It's
right,
like,
right.
It's sometimes whenever her drag queen friend Elaine is on
Elaine.
screen with her, I'm like, which one is which?
Right.
Good point.
Which is fun, I find.
Yeah.
Leah has had a lot of work done since the first season. I saw her on Watch What Happens live after the premiere, and she was like, "Oh, I haven't had anything done." We know.
Yeah.
We know.
Well, they have to after they watch themselves. They have to go. Oh God, that's
This
what I
is gonna
look like.
change."
Yeah.
Yeah.
This. Yeah. So probably next season she'll be even worse.
Mm-hmm.
But she's the mean girl. But the thing is with her, she says some things that are somewhat truthful that I'm glad she kind of calls out.
Yeah.
So she's
true.
a horrible mean girl, but she's right at the same time. So I kind of like seeing her
I agree with
because she
that.
kind of calls out some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then of course Marisol.
Ooh.
Why didn't she get kicked off with the other cast
I don't know.
members?
I
from
think-
She's a
season-
bore fest.
from
I
season
honestly,
one? Like,
I honestly
what?
think that the reason why she's on the show is for her mother. Like, if she didn't
Yeah.
have her mother, like,
They
there
should
would be
just
no
bring
reason.
Elsa in as one of the housewives.
Yeah,
Like,
they should.
she's more entertaining than her daughter.
Right.
They should.
But why isn't anyone calling out that she's like really scary looking? And I know that's
Yeah.
really
Elsa or the daughter?
the Elsa
Elsa.
and Marisol.
Marisol.
You know
Yeah.
what's weird is that Marisol actually, with all of Elsa's like horrible work she said on her face,
They
I can
still
still
look
tell
alike.
that Marisol's the daughter.
Oh,
I
yeah.
know.
It's
Yeah.
weird.
Well, Lisa
Marisol
did.
looks like she looks like her.
Lisa
Yeah.
did call it out, and everyone was like, "No."
Yeah, that was the one
I
moment
can't
I was.
believe you said her plastic surgery
Yeah.
looked bad, and I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
Isn't
"That's
that
the elephant in the room. Like,
Yeah.
of course it looks
Isn't
bad."
that a thing?
Right. And there was in one of the episodes, Leah said, when there's an elephant in the room, introduce it. And it was before they ever introduced, or like brought up again the Elsa thing. It just because I
Yeah.
didn't watch much of season 1, so like for me it's shocking. It's that moment where you try not to react, but you really react.
She looks like a Persian cat with the
oh
mouth
my
that
gosh,
kind of
she
like
really-
opens to the
Yeah.
side and like big.
Well, there was that lady
She looks
from
like the cat lady.
from
yes,
the 90s.
definitely.
Yeah.
I remember her.
She's still alive, you guys.
Oh, oops.
Shockingly.
That's like
Should have
Okay.
killed herself.
I know.
when plastic surgery goes wrong, though. Why is that the go-to animal that they always turn into? It's like a
cat.
cat.
Yeah, isn't that
Everyone
weird?
that's had plastic surgery gone wrong,
Yeah.
they're a cat now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
It's weird.
Very
But
feline.
yeah, I look at cats as lovable, and I don't look at these women as lovable, even though they do look like a cat.
I feel like Michelle Pfeiffer is the only attractive cat out there.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
definitely agree.
It's like they're all trying to look like her.
Mhm.
But you're right, she does look like a Persian cat. But I think that part of the reason that women don't criticize Elsa, besides for Lisa, is because, she's a psychic or spiritual healer or whatever. Maybe they don't want her to like voodoo them
Yeah.
by
Some bad
saying
juju
anything.
brought on.
Yeah.
Yeah. She
Like they
I
wouldn't
think
dare.
I think that my favorite Mama Elsa moment of the season is the rice sprinkling in Marisol's office. That's genius. Genius.
My
You
favorite
can't
moment
write
was
that.
when she was dancing and tousling her hair. I'm like, you're how old? You're like 75 years old. What are you tousling your hair for?
Right.
Good for her though.
Yeah.
I guess.
What's their
So that's her
housekeeper's name? She was adorable. She's adorable.
The housekeeper.
Their
Who-
housekeeper?
Yeah, she sat with Elsa
Oh,
at the
and sang
beginning
to her,
and sang
yeah.
to her and held her
Oh.
hand.
Oh.
So sweet.
That
I
was
could
very
see them in
sweet.
heaven like that.
Yeah.
Just dead angels. So okay. Anyway, what I do want to say this really quick. Thanks to everyone on iTunes for listening. We really appreciate it. And if you just take 1 second and rate and comment, because you guys will be the first to rate and comment on our Miami show, do it. Be the initiators. And you guys can make a difference because we actually started to do the Miami show because of our iTunes comments on the New York show. So we do listen, and tell a friend if you have one. So yeah.
Thank you.
So let's talk about Adriana. She, the art dealer. For being very cultured in art, she doesn't come across that way for speaking 5 languages. Do you know? You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I don't remember her being this feisty first season. Like, she's come out of her shell, and I'm not liking it at all.
Yeah, she's really overconfident.
Yeah.
It's too confident. And Leah eggs her on a lot.
I actually like her so far.
I do too.
I
I
do
like the
too,
things
yeah.
she calls out the way I like Leah, because they point out things that other people aren't smart enough to see sometimes.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I like her so far.
Yeah, we'll see.
Her relationship with her fiance is, I think it's amazing because it's like they get each other and they let each other have fun in the group and with each other, and they can make fun of each other, and I find that really entertaining to watch.
I also find it amazing because she doesn't have to marry him, but yet
Yeah,
like, gets so many
yeah.
good things. So I'm in on that. I don't know.
She gets a boat.
Yeah.
Yay.
I take it. It's more than I
Yeah,
get.
definitely.
Okay, and then we have Alexia, who is kind of still there, but not really. She's considered a recurring character. She is kind of on this bandwagon with hating Karen. So I kind of like her for that reason.
Adriana?
Yes.
Yeah.
No,
Or
Alexia.
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 Oh, Alexia.
And those were our older lady. Not older. Well, some of, yes, they're
So
older.
Alexia's, she's not on the season, right?
She's not technically considered a cast member. Her name doesn't, she doesn't have this stupid little like catchphrase at the beginning of the show, but she's doing basically kind of the same. She's having
She's
featured
like
moments.
Brandy on what was last season on Beverly Hills, like a
Okay.
featured.
And stuff. Right.
You're not cool enough to be a housewife,
Right.
but we'll still have you.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's an alternate.
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay, so the newer ladies, we've got Joanna, of course, who's I think stealing the show a little bit too much right now. And I really don't need to stare at a gorgeous woman all day long because I need to get through my day with some self-esteem. But we're seeing everything with we'll get into her and her sister, but it's just this sister thing that's going on with her. Lisa.
Oh, one thing I have to say about Joanna that I find
Please,
fascinating is that they're in Miami. It's sunny and it's hot, and she never wears sunglasses, clearly because she wants us to look at her gorgeous eyes.
Yes.
I mean, they're on the beach, and he's like breaking up with her, trying to, and she's still got like batting her eyelashes.
Well, she should have worn sunglasses to cover up that she's not crying over him breaking up with her.
She can also find her light really well as a model. Just
Yes.
like look into the light and find it. I think that's brilliant about her.
Yeah. Every angle is her light, though.
Yes.
It really
She's
is.
gorgeous.
And
looks
she can
really
really
good.
dance too. I was a fan of her on Dancing with the Stars, and
How did she compare to her performance from this episode?
I mean
Or this
she had a
season.
lot more rehearsal time for
Yeah.
the Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah.
Not so much this time, but I mean she was great
Yeah.
and really entertaining.
Yeah.
And she looked like a mermaid.
Yeah.
She has
So.
she has big boobs too, and it's like
Yeah.
those are hard to kind of coordinate sometimes when you're dancing. So she
It's like
does a
you're going
decent
this way,
job.
they're going that
Right,
way.
exactly.
How would any of you know?
I don't know. I watch them. I know.
Study.
Okay, so then we have Karen, and Karen is already kind of driving me crazy, but she's a little delusional. She's got her parents there. She has her I don't know, what do they call it?
Boyfriend.
Telemundo.
Telenovela.
Telenovela. Thank you.
Telenovela. He's a soap opera star.
He's
Yeah.
a star. He's a star that no one like
Rodolfo?
north of Florida would know.
No.
So she's kind of crazy land, and then Anna, who is just really boring.
She looks like Khloe Kardashian.
She's not gonna make it.
She does.
Right? I think.
God.
Yep.
Yeah.
The whole time I was like, why do I know her?
Mm-hmm.
And I kept thinking, I've never seen her cooking show, I don't think.
Yeah.
She
Khloe
does look like
Kardashian.
Chloe.
She does.
Yeah.
So wait, does she have a famous cooking show or not?
No, I
No.
think she just enjoys cooking, and it's like her angle because she doesn't have
She's a
another
lawyer.
angle yet.
But her bio
Yeah.
says she has a
She has a
cooking show.
cookbook.
Oh,
Oh.
cookbook.
Yeah.
I think she's considering the Real Housewives her cooking show right now. 'Cause she's doing a lot of cooking.
Branding.
Yes.
All
Yes.
about branding.
Yeah. She's gonna come out with
Like the Cuban in the kitchen.
If she makes it far enough to brand herself, like if she doesn't get her act together, I don't think she'll
I
be
like
around
that.
for long.
Just named her show.
that was really
Yeah, but
Cuban
she does
Cuban
look like
kitchen.
Chloe. She's also the big one in the group. Let's get real.
right,
Oh,
right.
no.
She is.
She's like a size 6, you guys.
I mean, because of that, I was kind of surprised with Rodolfo texting her. Like, why did he pick her out of all the
Yeah.
ladies?
I think she probably initiated it. I would think so.
Yeah.
Or I think it's one of those things where he just can get so many women that he wants to. He doesn't really care about looks. He just is
Yeah.
doing
he
whatever
knows
he
that
wants
she would go for
whenever
him.
he wants.
Because she looks like she'd be a little bit desperate in the men department. So he wouldn't have to work at all,
Poor Anna.
I know.
Yeah.
But I do, she's sweet, but she's kind of boring.
Yeah.
She's boring.
I don't really understand why she's on the show, to be honest.
Me
I do
neither.
like her relationship with her daughters. I think it's so inappropriate, and they share way too many things with each other
Yeah.
in like a really uncomfortable way.
Yes.
Yeah, I think her daughters are setting themselves up to be single for a very long time because they're like humiliating themselves on national TV.
Yeah.
The things they say, it's like clear that they're 20 and they're like, oh,
And
this
there's a
is gonna be
camera in the
funny.
room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And her ex-husband looks just like Richard Lewis.
Oh my god.
Just like uncanny. It's like Khloe Kardashian and Richard Lewis. If that's
Yes.
what they got together. That's what it would look like.
Yeah.
It's a bizarre pairing.
Yeah.
Richard Lewis would.
With
He would be more nervous than he already is. Anyway, so the dynamic between the ladies. Let's get into
Oh, we
that.
didn't talk about Lisa.
Lisa. Oh yeah. She's,
Yeah.
Yeah. Geez, there's a lot of ladies.
There are.
There
Oh my
are.
God. So Lisa,
Okay.
the boob lady. And everyone has to find something to define themselves by. She's defining herself by her boobs and her husband.
Mm-hmm.
There's really nothing. She doesn't work. She doesn't have an angle yet.
Well, she thinks
Except
of
the
herself
child
as
thing.
like a walking billboard for her husband's business.
Right, but
And I think she kind of thinks of that as a legitimate job.
It's a very extensive job.
Are we all on the same page that she definitely was a stripper in Vegas and that's how they met?
She
I-
was
go-go dancer
in
or
Playboy
something.
also.
That's right.
Yes.
yeah.
Makes sense.
But I don't know if that's how they met, but she was in Playboy.
She said they
so-
met in Vegas.
Is that a
Oh.
rule when you become a plastic surgeon that you just are attracted to trashy ladies?
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
I mean, they're the ones that want to probably have the most work. I
Wouldn't
would
it be
think.
weird if you saw a
So
plastic
bad.
surgeon with like a hippie? That would never happen in a million
Yeah.
years. Ever. I don't know.
Her husband and her, I find them really strange together. Like the way they look, mostly being really vain about the two of them. I don't
Yeah.
know.
They
They're
look
both-
like a plastic surgeon and his wife to me.
Right.
Definitely.
I mean, that's what plastic surgeons and their wives look like.
This is
You've
my
got
creation.
the old man
Yeah.
and creation.
Mm-hmm.
And he definitely has had hair plugs. For
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
Ooh, they're bad.
When she goes into his office to hang up pictures of herself, he's like cradling her, and they get the shot of the top of his head, and you can kind of see like the crown effect. And like I really have a respect for the women that can marry men that they're probably not attracted to at all.
Yeah.
That they can just go, you know what? This is what it is. It's my life is gonna be fine, and I don't need to be in love.
Yeah.
And that's fine.
But she's clearly not fulfilled and not happy because she wants children so badly.
Right.
Mhm.
She
And
needs
she-
something. She's bored.
And she has no friends. Daisy's her only friend. And I know we'll get into all that. But I think she's definitely bored and not fulfilled. And,
She's looking for a child to kind of fulfill her
fulfill
life.
her
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's kind of funny though. She's got a decent sense of
She
humor.
does.
Yeah,
I like her
I
little-
like her.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just excited to see where she's gonna go within this season of like who she's gonna get
Drama.
along with and who she's gonna go up against.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I almost see, Leah, of course, like right instantly doesn't like her.
Mhm.
But the further Leah gets, I think, from maybe women like Karen, maybe she'll see that someone like Lisa isn't so bad.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you put Lisa comparatively against Karen, I know I'm already hating on her a lot, but
Yeah.
Lisa seems has some depth to her comparatively to me.
She does. I mean, she's pretty funny and smart for.
And I
stripper.
think if Leah gives her the opportunity to hear her sarcasm and to hear her personality, I think they could maybe hit it off surprisingly.
I
But-
think so too. I think you're right.
But thus far, I think Lisa's kind of aligned herself with the Karen side of things.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Team
yeah.
new.
yeah.
Bad
Yeah.
move, Lisa.
I think Lisa will learn. I think she'll learn. But we
Oh,
s-
but one thing that Leah implied at the very beginning is that Miami is made up of old money and new money, and she made it seem like she's the old money,
Mm.
just from judging from what
Lisa.
And the way that her
Leah.
Oh,
Leah.
Leah.
And the way
Leah
that
made
her
it seem
house
like she
looks
is.
and her clothes and her plastic surgery.
it's very
and
old. It's dusty.
but
it's
it's
so
new
old.
money though. It's just like flashy and
It's like 80s money.
yeah, she is like
But I think
an-
she
a
thinks
gold,
that's old.
Dynasty.
Yeah.
It's like, well, the rest of the country, Henry, considers old money like, they came over on the Mayflower. Like, that's how most people perceive it. But I think her husband's a successful lawyer, and I think she thinks that she's part of the old money crowd. But you're right, she looks
Mhm.
extremely tacky, and Lisa's new money. But I just find it funny.
I guess I just haven't seen any old money yet to know what they even look like anymore. Is it like a Ralph Lauren photo?
Yeah, like more waspy. I feel
Right,
like it's
right.
old
More
money.
New York
yeah,
housewives
yeah,
than
Yeah.
right.
Miami
Like
housewives.
navy colors,
Yes.
Yeah.
No,
Burgundies.
no jewel tones.
No jewel tones. No, no, God, no.
like Sonia Morgan's house,
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah,
like
Right.
French hens.
Yeah. Yeah.
shabby chic, if you will.
Sonia wasn't close enough though to that.
No.
No. She was gaudy, old.
She was gaudy, but
Mhm.
her
Yeah.
husband would have been more like old money.
Old
I
money,
guess.
Right.
for sure.
right.
The Morgans.
But I have to say, after all, like seeing all these houses and yachts and this and that. I was like, I'm ready to move to Miami and get a
Yeah.
makeover. I think I want to live there.
Well, I
It just
flashed
looks
back.
fabulous.
I flashed back to my last trip there, which was like my family renting like a crappy SUV to try to like drive through Miami, and we're like pointing at all the beautiful homes. We're like, oh my god, and it's just so sad. Like I'm not in that world. I'm just a normal human, and I hate it.
Every time I see Miami, I always think of S Club 7. Were you fans of that show? It's set in Miami, so it always just makes me think of them.
Yeah.
I'm like, where's the like step touch or something? That's what I'm
Right.
expecting.
Right. Well, it's funny that Adriana runs an art gallery, and the Gallery Girls show on Bravo, they went down to like the Miami
Art Basel.
Art
Yeah.
Basel, and like it was Miami art compared to like an art show in New York is like trashy, right? It's supposed to be like the kind of rip-off version of like a New York art
Yeah.
show. So it's funny that she sees herself as like an artiste, but I don't know, maybe compared to New York. I don't know any art though. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know the difference between Monet and Monet. He's the only when you reference Monet, you know nothing about art because I like can't get any deeper. Everyone knows Monet and it's pathetic.
Well, she's an art dealer, though.
I know.
Oh, okay.
I
Art
know.
curator.
Curator.
Maybe.
But
I don't know what the difference in that is.
She has her own gallery, so she would be a curator.
Does she have her own gallery?
she does.
Okay.
it just seems like an
didn't
art
understand.
gallery in Miami wouldn't be as prestigious as one in
Right.
New York.
I mean, she looked at like what looked like to me, wind chimes, and she's like, "Oh my God, the art!" And I was like, "It's like wind chimes,
Right.
colorful wind chimes. What the hell?"
Right.
I don't know. Looks like it belongs in some '80s house.
Yeah.
So let's transition to the typical things that happen with men and women, which they get in relationships and then they bore us to death. So we have some couples on the show. Let's start with Joanna and Rodolfo, or with
Roman.
Roman. I hate that Rodolfo and Roman. It's gonna kill me.
Yeah.
I know.
And I don't want to get to the previews yet or the predictions,
Mhm.
but I think that might unravel pretty quickly. Is he missing out on having this beautiful woman, or is she pathetic with staying with him? He doesn't really care about her. You could tell she doesn't really care about him. If they really cared about each other, I feel like they'd be married by now.
I think it's the whole 5 years thing. I think she definitely knows that she can do better, but I think if she gives up on the relationship, she's gonna feel like she's wasted 5 years of her life that she
Right.
had spent trying to like marry this guy.
Yeah.
So
But it's like she doesn't even want to be alone with him because she wants her sister there, which is weird.
She's
when her
very
sister-
childish to me.
Oh, yeah.
I don't
I
know
agree
how
with
old
that.
she is. Do you guys know how old she is?
She's like 32 or 33.
Mm-hmm.
She seems like a
Oh,
little
pretty
girl.
young.
Like she needs her sister. She and her sister to me remind me of like 13-year-old girls. And Roman's kind of like a provider, even though she can provide for herself. She's obviously successful. He seems like almost more like a dad or an older brother, or they don't even have sex. That became very clear. It's like they have no chemistry anymore, no fire, no spark, and I feel like they both need to get out of that relationship. It just kind of seems sad.
Yeah. And in theory, it seems like they should work because they're both very, very attractive and successful, and it just seems like they would get along and be made in the shade. But I think that she should get out of it because I think that she deserves somebody who is really into her. I feel like I think he's just.
Well, I just
It's
pictured.
a complacent place. Their relationship, I find.
Yeah. If any guys that were watching the show were straight, they'd probably go, I'd marry her.
Yeah, definitely.
I was just picturing like any guy watching that show thinking that. But he made a really good point saying, every guy may want you, but do they know how annoying you are? That's really telling.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's true. And honestly, like I found respect for him hearing his story about how he arrived here with nothing, and he was a busboy, then like a manager, and then worked his way up and up and up, and has his own successful nightclub. And she just kind of seems lazy and whiny, and I feel like for him, maybe he would find someone who has also worked really hard to be successful and continues to work hard, more attractive. Like obviously something about her he's not finding attractive because he doesn't even want to have sex with her and he's cheating on her.
Yeah.
So I feel
I
like
think it's a personality thing.
I think it's
he's probably sick
personality.
of being with a diva.
yeah, a baby.
Yeah, a baby
I mean,
diva.
And who wants to be with a woman who cries every time you go in public?
But also, she said that she came from nothing. I mean, that was the whole point of her.
But when you look like that, like you don't really have to work that hard.
I mean,
You don't. Someone
But
sees you
she's
walking down the street and you're done. That's it.
pretty
That's
much
all
how
you
it
had to
works.
do.
But
Yeah.
she's provided, she's created a name for herself and been very, very successful. And not everyone can do that. Build it to be a great career.
Yeah.
So I think that they complement each other well because they've come from similar situations. I just think that I just think she's really immature. In her mind, she acts like a 14-year-old in a relationship at the mall,
Yeah.
just
So
like
it's her
crying.
Yeah.
So
she
it's her
does
fault
that
she's
to
getting
them all.
cheated on
No, no, no,
by
no.
a cheater.
He's just, you could tell he's like, it's weird because he's French, but he's also like a jock. He looks like a jockey guy who was in a fraternity. I would have no idea looking at him that he was French. You would expect him to maybe have a little more elegance or manners. And I think he just looks like a guy that would cheat.
Yeah, I just think he's a cheater.
Yeah,
So,
looking
I
at him,
mean,
you just kind of get that vibe.
yeah, I don't know if it's her fault for being immature or if he's just gonna cheat on whoever he's with.
Yeah. I mean, if you cheat on a girl that hot,
I don't think
Yeah.
he'd cheat on whoever he's with, though. I think he's cheating on her because
I think
he's
he would
bored.
eventually. Like they've been
Maybe.
together for 5 years. I'm sure he didn't cheat on her when they first got together.
Probably not. He was probably like, "Oh, she's hot. Look at her.
Likes
I
to
have
show her off.
Yeah, but now he's bored with her.
he did make the comment to Marta when they met up to try to reconvene, which I don't know why you have to be best friends with your sister's boyfriend anyway. Like, if I say hi to my sister's boyfriend, like, that's a good day. Like, I don't know why they have to, like, be, like,
Because
bonding.
she lives there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm there a lot when I'm home. Like,
No, but she lives with them.
no, I know, I get it, but it's like, hey, how's it going? You know, I'm just, whatever, move on. Like, it just
Yeah.
seems normal to me to, like, have to, like, be best
I think
friends.
that they have
Weird.
sexual tension, personally.
Yeah.
I do too.
But
I
he's,
she's honestly very,
She's
very
very
attracted to
pretty.
him.
yeah,
Yeah.
She's
Google,
attracted to
Google
him.
image her.
Yeah.
She looks better than Joanna.
No, she's gorgeous.
Yeah.
And I
But
think
she's a little
that
bigger.
they're, yeah.
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 So.
I like her curves.
She's
not as
gigantic.
easy.
We get it. No, I'm just kidding.
She's another Chloe.
Yeah, she's
She's a
upset with
size
it.
six.
Aw.
But I don't know. I'm sensing some sort of sexual tension, or why would they be fighting so much if there wasn't an attraction? Is my point.
Right. It's almost like daddy likes daughter thing, which sounds really gross and creepy, but no, that's how it looks because he's telling her what to do. He's like, you need to clean, you need to cook, you need to go grocery
But I
shopping.
think his
but there's like an
frustration with
energy
her is
there.
because he's attracted.
Right.
I mean,
And-
she's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he did say laziness is such a sin, and I think
Yeah.
he almost maybe sees like Joanna being lazy also, and like their relationship and the way she's behaving with him.
Yeah.
So that's probably why he's turned off. But
Those are some
if
lazy
laziness
pretty
is a
girls.
sin, I'm going to be in hell really quickly. 'Cause I'm the worst. But obviously, we're going to see that unfold in the coming episode, perhaps, of a cheating situation. And then let's talk about, since we're on Joanna and Marta, let's just talk about their relationship a little bit more and why Marta is so featured on the show. Did she say, like, please, Joanna, like, I have nothing else going on in my life, like, please?
Well,
Is that-
she's trying to break in her acting and music career. So I think this is just good publicity for her, and she's gorgeous. Why not?
I know, but it kind of looks a little bit like desperate to me because she's showing up to every single party. And when you have these side characters, it's like they're there, then they're not there. They're there, then they're not there.
And
and
she
it makes
drags
them
a lot
seem-
of the plot too, like
Yeah.
pulling the girls to the side to tell them that
Right, she's
Joanna
creating
got
drama.
the text saying that Roman cheated on her.
Yeah. So, because some of the scenes, like the one at the 10-year anniversary party at Mint, when Marta came running over to Joanna to say, like, why did you do that? Why did you do that? That moment, Marta lost me. She just looked like a girl in high school that was trying to get on the camera. And it's like, it just is kind of a turnoff when you're not actually part of the show. If I saw her, like, less frequently, like Elsa, it's like, oh, there she is. There's that little doll.
Yeah.
And then move on, and then all of a sudden she's back, and you're like, oh yeah, she's back. You know, she doesn't have that touch. It's like she's just too much. She's infiltrated.
But an aspiring actress trying to get on camera, I mean,
I get it, but she just comes across desperate. I don't think she'd get a job from that.
I think it would hurt her cause.
Yeah, me too.
She looks whinier than I think Joanna does. I
Yeah.
just think she's really immature, and I think they both have so much to give in terms of themselves, like being really beautiful, and they seem to be pretty cool girls, but they just act so immature and awful every time they go out. I just hate that.
Yeah, and one thing I noticed was when Roman brought up her career, that's when she started crying in their conversation. She wasn't really crying because she felt bad about, living there and not really helping out. The minute he brought up, like, why aren't you doing anything? Why aren't you auditioning? It's been 3 weeks or whatever. And that's when she starts crying. But, so you can tell she's not happy with herself.
And to
But-
be with Joanna Krupa's sister, I mean,
Yeah.
that's tough.
Yeah.
That's really, really tough.
It's like being Molly Harper's sister.
Yeah.
Just kidding. I don't know. It's
my
weird.
sister's gorgeous.
Her
and
sister's really
successful.
pretty, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's weird.
I don't know your sisters.
She's adorable. Okay, that was weird. Sorry, Molly. Okay, so then another relationship is obviously Karen and Romeo.
Rodolfo.
Rodolfo, thank
Yeah.
you. It's going to be the R's that are going to kill me. He's so not into her. She should read that book.
Yeah. It's bad.
It's really obvious, and
Okay.
she's really clueless.
How about
Please
when he's
elaborate.
climbing on top of her and she's at the pool and she's like talking with the other woman. He's like, when we're together, they don't exist. I wanted him to be like, when we're together, they don't exist. But when I'm away from you, they
do
exist.
They do exist.
right, right.
Because like he is just a slime.
Well, the reason he's saying they don't exist is not for Karen to be able to like soothe herself and calm down. It's so that he doesn't get caught in this really awkward conversation of who she was talking to that said she knew him.
Yeah.
You know, he's just trying to avoid the crossfire of like being trashy. And it's really obvious, but she has no idea. She's like, this is my boyfriend, this is my boyfriend. And it's like when they were getting their massage, he fell asleep while she was talking about marriage, and he was faking sleeping. You don't fall asleep like during that conversation. Anyone?
Her defense
Bueller?
for it is he's a
I'm gonna
Latin
just say that every time now.
he's a Latin soap star, so he has to flirt with other women.
Right.
Like when she said that, I was like,
Right.
no.
Yeah.
No, that's
Yeah.
not how it
She
goes.
just likes the idea of him because she's really pretty and like dating the soap opera star, and they're usually very attractive people. She likes the idea, but it just doesn't. She's so clouded by the idea of him that it just doesn't work
No.
at all.
Yeah.
she seems a lot older than he is to me.
I think she is.
They look like a couple that should be on the cover of a bad romance novel.
Yes, like wind blowing
Yes.
by the ocean.
And he's
his, like,
dipping
chest-
her. Yeah. He has no hair on his chest, yet he's like very like ethnic, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like in the book cover, whatever. They're kind of cheesy. I feel bad for Karen because she's so oblivious, but her mom tried to say something, didn't really get it. I think there's going to be a lot of obvious moments for her to know that he's not really into her, but she's not going to see him. She's very image oriented, obviously.
Then drop
like
the
you
T
said.
from your name, Karen.
I know.
Yes.
It's so annoying.
I know. It's so not current.
With the
Is
T.
that like a Hispanic thing? Is that a
I
Hispanic
don't
thing?
know. I've never heard the name ever.
I never have either, but I was thinking maybe it
She
had
probably
something to do
changed
with
it
her, like,
herself.
culture.
Yeah, she probably did.
Somebody said something like, she's Karen with a T because she was Miss Columbia. I don't get it.
I don't know.
I guess
We'll have to look that up.
we have to look
Yeah.
that
Or
up.
if anyone happens to know who's listening, let
Let us know.
Because I'm too lazy to look it up anyway.
Karen.
Karen.
One thing that is so excruciatingly annoying every time she's around Rodolfo, she's like, baby. It's like, oh my God, kill me. He probably doesn't want to be your boyfriend because he'd have to hear that word 1,000 times a day. Like the way she says it is so annoying. Anybody
Yeah.
else?
Yeah. I don't. She's really not rubbed me the right way yet at all. So everything she's done so far has annoyed me.
Yeah.
The minute she stepped out of her red convertible, she annoyed me.
The minute she hired a publicist for her dentist practice, I was like, what?
Yeah. Okay. So let's get into, since we're talking about her, let's talk about her Facebook page, which Khloe Kardashian was looking at. Remember? It was at the end
Oh,
of this episode.
Anna. I was like-
I was like, Khloe Kardashian, what? I missed that part.
That's going to end up being really
Yeah.
confusing. Anna
Yeah.
was looking at. We saw pictures of celebrities, celebrity after celebrity, and it's really funny. And they're not like that great of celebrities. I mean,
It's like some art guy nobody's heard of.
right,
Yeah.
right,
A
exactly.
picture of her to somebody who wouldn't know who he is. It looks like a picture of her with some old man.
Yeah. But she's out there. You guys know that girl though that always has to have the photo, always has to. And the only reason she gets dressed and goes out at night is so she can post a good picture on Facebook.
I mean, at the party, whenever her her boyfriend was trying to pull her away from, she was like, "Oh no, picture," and like getting back in the thing. And I was just like, "What are you
right,
doing?
Right.
Step off."
I just feel like she's constantly thinking of publicity for her business, and it just doesn't shut off to an like. Of course, any successful business person is going to be talking about their business to some
That's
degree,
smart.
but
Well,
like,
she's.
yeah, but she does it to an like abnormal degree.
But
Yeah.
if you think about it, she's doubling up on publicity right now because she's on a TV show trying to get publicity.
Yeah,
It's like, well, you're getting publicity already from the TV show, so you can, have one level of publicity tonight. You don't have to worry about getting the 5 other levels.
yeah.
Like we see you. That's it. Like you have more viewers on TV right now than you do in that party.
Right.
Which means
Yeah.
more sometimes. So she's got a dentist office, which she has compared to a spa.
Yes. I do. The first moment that Karen was introduced the office, it was like 2 pictures. It was like some random music producer and then Eva Longoria, just like cool, Miami. Like this
Of
is
course,
this is
Eva.
what you get to hang out with.
Right.
And that's quintessential of Karen. I feel like is displaying all those pictures. Clearly, like her Facebook page, it's just media whore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
that's the word.
That's what it is.
Well, Adriana used the term a wannabe, and then Anna said a celebrity stalker, and then desperate to be seen, and they're all really right on. I'm glad they used those words because I couldn't think of them at
I think
first.
it's a little. I think it's jealousy though, a little bit on their part. I mean, granted, if I were her friend, I would probably be annoyed, and I have friends like that in real life. But by the same token, even though I'm annoyed when they're talking about their celebrity friends, that doesn't mean that I don't want to have those celebrity friends.
But I
You
think
know-
the difference is that you're already friends with them, whereas she's a new addition. And so I think these women who are just getting to know her are seeing it too much. They haven't had that time to accept each other yet, where then your behavior that's annoying is less annoying because you're good friends.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Marisol and Leah and all these ladies are just meeting her. So it's like when you're just seeing someone and that's the first shot of them almost, you know, in your mind, it's not going to settle as well as if you're already friends with someone.
Yeah.
And I think it's the
I
same
don't
way
know.
with a viewer. We're just getting to know her. So we don't see another side of her yet, you know?
And even in her interviews and her like her little confessional segments, it's very artificial. Like
very
this is my
sterile.
smile, you know.
Yeah. Don't look her way
Yeah.
if you don't like her smile.
Oh, that's right.
I
And
don't know.
the comment that I found so weird from her was she was like, "I hope these ladies don't mistake my niceness for being weak."
Mm.
That was such a it just came out of nowhere for me with
Well, her niceness is not coming across as weak to
Weak.
me. It's coming across as fake.
an overbearing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like her, but I think I'm the only one that does. So.
Ooh, well, that's
I
No,
always
like
that's good. We need
I mean,
that
I just don't
perspective.
think she's malicious.
Okay.
No,
Like,
I
she
think
might be
she's got a
annoying.
good heart.
She's annoying,
Right.
but she's not malicious. And
Right.
I can deal with someone that's annoying versus someone that's malicious. And I think some of the other characters are a little, more mean-spirited.
Like
so.
Leah.
Yeah, or Adriana this
Mhm.
season. So
I think Adriana's mean-spirited, but when she says things that kind of are real or true, then I'm like, ooh, I kind of like her. Because, like girls in high school that are mean to one another, like the mean girls, they never really seem to be saying anything of a valid point. But Adriana as a mean girl is making some valid points to me. Her social etiquette is just off-putting, and normally I don't side with the mean girl, but because what she's saying is kind of funny and kind of true, I'm siding with her tonight. But it could totally change. Like with doing the New York
Yeah.
show, we were liking this one character, and then she changed, and it was over. We couldn't stand her. So
Aviva.
Viva. I was about to.
I'm sure our opinions will change week to week.
Yeah.
At least a little bit.
Cut to next week. I'm like, I love Karen with a T. I love her.
That'll be t-shirts.
Yeah. No, it'll be like, what's more annoying than all of these women is how many times we've said annoying today.
Right.
Like,
That's really
buddy.
true. That's very true. We have so I'm jumping back to Joanna because we may have a little pot stir on our hands.
She said it
was-
herself that she's a pot stirrer.
Right. What do you like Joanna because she's kind of on Karen's side, or?
I like Joanna just because she's hot, she's younger, and she's, I don't know, kind of like out of control. I
Yeah.
like that. I like
She's
the
spunky.
juxtaposition between her made-up beauty and the fact that she still gets drunk and wild and acts out of control.
Yeah, I think
like that.
I think she's pretty ballsy for going with Leah and Adriana and just kind of during their thing interrupting with, so what about this and what about that? She didn't have anyone to back her up,
Mm-hmm.
so I thought she's ballsy at least.
I just didn't like that she led into the conversation. Well, I heard. Well, I
Mhm.
heard.
Mm-hmm.
I was
That's
just
the
like, fire with
13-year-old in
facts.
her.
Fire with facts, and then
Mhm.
maybe get them on your side or not.
Right.
Yeah.
I think she was trying to play it safe. I think that's why she was using the "I heard," so it's not like
I didn't say this.
Yeah, it wasn't me. Please don't.
I didn't
Just
say this,
like
but I am saying this now. So okay, we have the gala. I can't say gala. I feel uncomfortable saying gala. Gala. So we had, the gala, which was where the Adriana and Karen thing happened, and everyone was dressed up fabulously, tackily. Did anything else happen there besides
Just Karen being overbearing and wanting to get in every picture.
that? Was pretty
Yeah.
much the theme. And then so we've got this Thomas guy, Thomas
Thomas
character.
Kramer,
He owns
Kramer.
Miami, you guys.
Who owns Miami?
who was also featured a few
The slum
seasons
parts.
ago
Real
in Real
Housewives of
Housewives
Atlanta.
Yes, I'm like, he's gonna be on every show.
Does
now.
he own Atlanta too?
Kim Zolciak is friends with him, and they were going to stay with him. All the ladies were going to stay, and that's the infamous fight between Nene and Kim. That's when they ended things.
Yes.
So
Oh.
he's responsible for a lot of Housewives
Wow.
drama.
Yeah. Well,
Yes.
in one preview, we saw him getting
down
into
from my
Elsa's
house.
face. Yeah. You either sit down or I kill you.
Oh wow.
Get out of my- and I love that he has a stripper pole on his dining room table on the preview.
Okay.
Go back.
Stripper pole.
I need
Yeah.
to go back and watch the review
Yeah, I don't
again.
think I
don't
saw
think I
that.
saw that.
That was like a couple episodes ago when they were
Yes.
just like this season on Real Houses of Miami, and they kind of did like a longer montage. It wasn't in this preview.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
No
But I'm
I should have
excited.
led with that.
Whatever that is, I'm excited for it. But I'm looking forward to seeing how these relationships change and this and that. And
I can't wait to see who's going to be friends, who's going to be enemies.
yeah.
And I can't wait to see their actual reunion because they had their reunion last season on Watch What Happens Live.
Yes,
Oh.
they
Yeah.
need to get a real reunion.
They didn't have the taped
Why? That's really weird.
because no one watched it.
They
No one
didn't
watched
have
it
they
at
didn't
all.
have good viewership. I remember
Mm-mm.
because last year I watched like the first maybe episode or two and then I stopped.
Yeah,
This is definitely
I didn't
better.
finish it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Poor girls.
It's like the discount Real Housewives.
Yeah,
It's like the TJ Maxx of Real Housewives.
designer deals.
You gotta look a little harder, but it's there. So is that it? Did we pretty much summarize? I feel like we went kind of fast, but we're already at 41 minutes. So I don't know.
Not like we're counting, guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we did. I don't know. I think we did.
I think so. It's just this season. It's slowly, like you said, it's just slowly kind of picking up and hopefully gaining steam.
I
Yeah.
hope so.
Yeah. Okay, well then let's get into our special segment
Okay.
called What She Should Have Said and pretend there's music playing. Molly, would you like to start us off?
You start.
Me start? Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so Marta said, okay, so just so everyone knows, on Real Housewives of New York, we did a special segment called What She Should Have Said, and we decided to bring it to Miami because we know that there'll be lots of missteps along the way in the show. So, okay, so my first What She Should Have Said is Marta said, I've been soul searching, and what she should have said is, I've been soul searching and I didn't find it. Which is really stupid. And then this one's kind of mean. Anna said, I see a lot of myself in Joanna. But what you should have said is, I see a lot of myself in Joanna, but I don't look like Joanna. I don't know what this means. And then this one.
I like that.
I like that one a lot.
I do like that.
Okay, good. And then
I
this
like
one.
because like these women are actually attractive. Like Anna's
Right,
still
she's like
attractive
not a
woman.
bad looking
No.
human
Yeah.
being.
I wouldn't mind looking like her.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's like, this
Anna's
is where.
Khloe Kardashian, right?
Right,
Yeah.
right. So it's like comparing her to Kim. It's like,
Yeah.
whatever, we'll do it.
Yeah.
And then, no, I'm going to end on that because it was such a high note.
I
I
like
don't want to fizzle out. Those
I
are my
like
two.
it. I like it. Okay, I just have one. When Frederick took Adriana to see the yacht, which I'll put in air quotes because
Yeah.
it didn't look like a yacht to me.
Tugboat.
Yeah. when he took her to see the canoe, and he said, "We're gonna be living in this, and you get to live in this." Her, what she should have said was, "Why? Why do I have to live in this boat? Like, what did I do wrong?
Right.
Like, and she was so excited." She's like, "Oh my God, I'm gonna have my baby grand piano and my walk-in closet.
Closet,
I'm gonna
yeah.
do fake Hispanic accents throughout the whole season."
Closet.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I noticed? That Alexia
Mhm.
has the Latino accent going with the blonde hair and everything. I wouldn't.
They all do.
Yeah,
Even
she's
if-
Hispanic.
Is she really?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
They're all like
They're all
Cuban
Hispanic somehow.
or, you know.
Yeah.
It's
Except
like
for
there's that,
Joanna's
like-
Latin
Polish,
American.
right?
Yeah.
Joanna
But she
is
gets it
Polish, but
sometimes when she
she
gets a little
does.
attitude.
She's like, Martha. She does.
no, you didn't.
She does. The only one that's not Hispanic is Leah.
Oh.
Yes, Leah's not Hispanic.
And she's
But
the
she
mayor
can
of
speak
Miami.
well. She can speak good Spanish.
Yeah.
To me, I mean,
Yeah.
which doesn't mean anything.
She's like, cuidado, cuidado, cuidado. That means danger. Caution.
right.
I don't know. I've seen it.
But she says it fast, so it sounds
Yeah.
legit.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you say anything fast, it sounds like you're
Yeah.
speaking Spanish. So
Right.
that's fine.
right.
But they have that like Latin flair.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah. It might. Yeah. I'm okay with it so far, but I don't know. I might be ready for New York and then I can go back down to Miami. I might need to take like a northeast break.
Yeah.
Miami's your cool cousin that you hang out with once in a while, and they like get you drunk, and then you're like, I've had enough.
Yeah.
Let me step away.
Yeah.
Put the
I
glitter,
can't look
put
at
the glitter
neon
gun down.
anymore.
Yeah.
Right.
And then you go back to real life.
Right. Well, this is our real life, so
This
we're
is our
going to
real
be in a
life.
nightmare for a few months. But does anyone have any news and gossip? We can get into news. I do. I have like one little thing. Thank you. Adriana, her son, not the one who was in a car accident, but her other son.
Alexia.
What did I say,
Alexia, you
Adriana?
said
Adriana.
All right, I'm gonna get better
There's
on
a lot.
these names.
There's a lot of names that are similar.
I'm not gonna get better. I'm lying terribly. Alexia's son, Peter Rosello, was arrested a few days ago for beating up a homeless man.
Whoa.
So it's a real tough guy.
He punched him in the man parts.
Is that what he did?
Yeah, literally. There's a video of him recording it himself. And he's like, I meant to give you $5, and he hit him and then just took off running.
That's what
That's
happens
always
when
a
you have
good
too much
idea.
money. You get really bored, and you do mean things.
Lash out and do stupid things.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
But what's weird is like he was held on like a $5,000 bond, but it seemed like he was still in jail. I could be wrong, but the article I read seemed like recent.
He was still there.
But it's $5,000. Like your parents obviously have the money. Why are you still in there? But Adriana tweeted about it, or not Adriana. God, Alexia tweeted about it, saying, the politically correct thing of like, oh, we're really upset about what happened, and we'll be in, he's in our thoughts or whatever, something more.
Yeah.
I don't know, something more genuine than that. But and he's 20 years old, so
Promising.
he's promising. He's a promising young man. And then also, Joanna. No, I'm not going to even get into that because I don't have any more details on it. So that's the news and gossip. Cool.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Anyone? Predictions? Bueller?
I think my prediction of the season will be Joanna and Adriana fighting when Adriana hauls off and hits her in the face. That's to come.
Oh, yeah, I'm so excited.
And this was the episode I feel, this past episode was the episode that kind of sets up that situation
Yeah,
with their discussion at the table.
Yep.
Tasting food.
yeah. And it's definitely going to be over. I did read Adriana's blog, and essentially it was all about Joanna. And she seemed really peeved that Joanna would be concerned about her just talking to her boyfriend for that split second after he was seen making out with the dancer. Why would she put the blame on her? She says it doesn't make any sense. So I can see that they still don't like each other because obviously those blogs are written like now.
Yes.
So anyway, Molly, predictions?
I'm not going to predict right now.
Okay.
I don't have any specific predictions, but I think we'll see a lot of relationship drama as far as like the couples go, some cheating, some scandals, just some more of that we've already seen a little bit of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm seeing Lisa not getting pregnant. And
Yeah.
I think she's too thin, like she said. Is it my weight?
Yeah.
Anyway, that's it for us here at AfterBuzz TV. This was your first Real Housewives of Miami after show, and we're so excited for next week. Where can we find everyone on Twitter? Where can we find you?
You can follow me at Jake_DuPree.
Awesome.
You can follow me at Molly Comedy.
You can follow me at Michelle Renee LA, capital M-R and LA.
And I'm pretty sure you're not going to, but you can follow me at Kristen Carney. It's KristenCarney. And we will be back next week, so be sure to check in. And also listen tomorrow night for our Real Housewives of New York reunion show recap.
Yay.
Yay. See you guys soon. Bye.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz
you
you
later.
later.
Views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.